kind of crazy schedule coming up for the next couple days, so I thought I would just have a glass of wine and read through some of the comments and answer them right here live, because it seems like lately I just don't have time to sit down at the computer and type, and I'm super sorry. You know, when I was in a long distance relationship, I stayed home all the time because I wasn't going to go out on dates when I was committed to somebody out of town, and well, as you know, I'm not doing that anymore. So now I am trying to get myself out and about and meeting people, and I'm not staying home all the time, and it's just physically impossible for me to do two things at once as much as I would like to. And you know, these stupid cats are here all day and they do nothing. They never help. So today, wine and comments. And it's a cheap, trashy wine, because sometimes you're in a cheap, trashy mood. And it's $5.99, and that's in my budget. Barefoot, as am I. Okay, so what's some of the stuff that I've got going on right now? I've got a really fun photo shoot coming up on Friday, and I've got 13 pages of dialogue that I have to have memorized on Saturday. So my brain is going to be busy memorizing 13 pages of dialogue. That's huge. Ask anybody in the film business. That's huge. That's the sort of thing where you walk up to the director and you say, really? Do you want to see my brain explode? Because it could happen. It's a very exciting project, but my brain may explode. Let's look at some of these comments. Well, let's just start out with this one. I introduced my Patreon campaign yesterday, and that was very difficult for me to do because I don't like asking for help. And of course, I immediately got negative reactions from people. I'll share that with you. I always thought YouTube was free to watch. Are you really asking for your audience to pay you? Not very gracious at all. That comment put me off big time. I'm so sorry. I'm not asking you to pay me. I am putting out a tip jar. You know, if you go to a piano bar and the guy playing the piano and singing, you know he's getting paid. But if he plays a song that you like, you go put a couple bucks in his jar. If you can't find his jar, you can't put a couple bucks in it. All I did when I created the Patreon campaign was say, here's a tip jar, you can use it or not. That's all. It's just a tip jar. And if you use it, great. And if not, great. I love you either way. Scrolling down. I'm not looking at the comments that I've answered. You know, sometimes I get in there and I answer a few and I want to get to all of them, and then I run out the door and I got to do stuff. Okay. I had a nice run this morning. I got a bunch of things answered. But I know if I go back a couple of days, I do not. Well, since I'm scrolling, I may as well be drinking wine. Have yourself a glass of wine. Frequently asked questions. Everyone wants to know about my mirror, the lighted mirror that you always see me with balanced on top of my knees. I got it at Costco. I think I paid 20 bucks for it. If there's not a Costco near you, I did find as close as I can come up with to the same mirror, and I put it down in the links, or down in the description box on the makeup videos. Maybe I'll put it on this one. I suppose I should, since I just talked about it. We'll wait and see, won't we? Cats are looking at me going, what is Mom doing with lights set up while she's on the sofa? And boy, one of these lights is super hot. My friend who had loaned me I have 4 lights that I've been using, and 2 of them are mine that I've owned for a couple of years, and 2 of them were borrowed from a girlfriend. And she had to take one of them back. So I broke out another light that a friend gave me, but it's a whole different type of lighting, and it is blindingly bright, and that's what's causing these shadows. And if this were a professional film set, somebody would come in and flag that or Hollywood it so that you didn't see any of those shadows, but I am not a gaffer. Yes, I hate dating too. We all hate dating. Okay, we're all on the same page with that. Sorry, reading. I did a video a couple days ago where I did half my face in copper and half my face in pinks, and everybody hands down loved the pinks and purples. I agree, but then I did a video with pumpkin spice, because, you know, SEO, search engine optimization, and I'm nothing if not trying to be exploitive. Hey, you know what? I'm going to jump on any bandwagon except for the 100 blanks of blank. You know, the 100 rows of hair extensions, the 100 layers of concealer, the 100 coats of nail polish. Really? That seems to lack a certain amount of creativity. And I always felt like YouTube videos, we should do something. We should contribute something. I mean, yes, it's free, you're not paying anything, but shouldn't we give you something of value? And other than mild entertainment, I don't know that 100 coats of something is really giving you all that much value, because when are you ever going to put 100 coats of something on? When are you ever going to wear 100 coats of nail polish? My God, I don't have patience to put on 1 coat of nail polish. I'm also really bad at doing nail polish, and you know, when I go on auditions, first thing they do on a commercial audition, you have to slate. So you stand there and you say your name. Hello, my name is Monique Parent. And then you turn profiles. They do a whole body pan up and down, and you show your hands. Back, front and back. And then you move on with your audition. Man, the last oh my gosh. The last few days have been really rough for allergies lately. I know I always have allergies, but I've been doing some of those sneezing attacks where you go like 10, 12 at a time. I really consider it to be my ab workout. Oh, somebody wants to know about the beautiful crystal lamp in the background. Is it a lamp or a crystal wind chime? I've watched a couple of videos where it acts like a wind chime as it tinkles in the background. I gotta have something similar. Thank you. That's from Elsie. Elsie, yes. Isn't it awesome? I love it. It's from a shop called, oh boy, I love my crystal chandelier. I got it from a website called Wild Things, and I do have the link, and I will make sure I have the link. Now I'm clearly going to have the links. In the description box, I have a place where you can get it on Amazon. It hangs from it's acrylic, it's plastic. It cost me like $75, and it's 4 feet long, and it hangs from just a light bulb that I can hang anywhere. So as I've moved around, all I do is put a ceiling hook and then hang it up. I've had it over my dining room table. I would love to get a second one and have them on either side of the bed. You haven't seen my bedroom because it's really, oh geez. You've never seen my bedroom because it's really difficult for me to shoot in there. I shoot on my iPhone, and you never see me pointing towards a window because it lets in so much light that everything against it is dark. And in my bedroom, it's wonderful. I have this great corner apartment, and I've got window and window, and the only good place to have a background is the closet, which is not at all attractive. So I can't really shoot in the bedroom because you can't see anything. Someday maybe I'll get some really nice curtains that block out the light. That would be nice because maybe I could sleep a little longer. And my goal is to put up some wallpaper. The wallpaper that I have that you usually see, I got at Target, and it was $30 for a roll. and that one roll covered that one wall. Each section is about 18 inches wide. So my goal is to pick up another roll of wallpaper. So for 30 bucks, I want to get a roll of wallpaper and do a stripe on either side of the bed, because I've got the window right behind the bed, and then a stripe on either side. That leaves about this much room on either side, so it'll be very kind of dramatic. And then I'd love to get 2 of those chandeliers and have them hanging. It would be so dramatic. Not that anybody sees my bedroom except me and the kitty cats, but I've gotten way off topic. I love my crystal chandelier too. Thank you very much. It is, I'll drop the link down below. It's really inexpensive. It's a fun item, and I've had it for about 7 or 8 years, and I just love it. And I'm gonna go grab a Kleenex as I climb out of this forest of lights that I have created here. If you look back on my first couple of videos, I did not know how to edit at all. I had never edited before in my life. And I do all my editing in iMovie, and if you look back on my earliest videos, you can literally see a progression as I learned to do things. Because like my very first video, a friend of mine shot. And then it was a few months before I posted another video because I didn't know that anyone was watching it. Then the next video, I shot myself. I put it in iMovie, and I had it start and stop. That was all I could figure out how to do. And then I could figure out how to make cuts. And then I could figure out how to use the Ken Burns effect to make the transitions move or zoom in or cross side to side so it doesn't look so static and just like it's on a stand, which is exactly how it is, because having been in the film business, that drives me bonkers. Just like I know when I edit this, I'm gonna look at all these shadows that light right there is creating. See? Shadow right there. That's gonna be bad. That's gonna annoy me. Probably gonna switch out the curtains that I usually have behind. I've always been a big believer in, just like my rut busting videos, I talked about shopping in your own closet. I kind of do the same thing with decorating. I like to do everything in pretty much neutrals, and then I have pillows that I change out. Like I get these pillow covers at IKEA. They're I think $7. And inside you can see these were horrible pillows that came with a sofa a few years ago, and I just covered those up. And then when I want a change of pace, when the aqua starts getting on my nerves, yeah, I don't know when that's gonna happen. That'll be years. It's my favorite color. But I can just get some new pillow covers and pop them in. Boom, redecorating. And I'll do that same thing with my set that I usually shoot on, because I stare at it a lot longer than you do, because each video takes me usually about 7 or 8 hours to process and edit, and not that much time to edit unless it's a really long video, like an hour-long video. Or like most of my get ready with me's start out at about an hour, and I chop them down to about 30 minutes. But they take a long time for me to edit, because just watching them takes an hour, and then it takes a half hour every time. You know, it just takes that much time to pass through each time. And you know, I do a 5-minute video, boom, I can bang that stuff out fast. I do a half-hour video, you know, I spent a long time working on that. Let's look at some more let's have some more wine, and then we'll look at some more comments. Priorities. Oh, it was huge for me when I learned how to edit, when I learned how to crop. That made such a difference for me, because, well, because I'm fussy. You may not care, I care. Any update on who really sent you those pills? Was it really the ex? Just because I'm nosy, I hope you update us. Blue Chanteuse. I have no idea. I have no clue. I am not talking to him. I blocked him from my phone. I suppose I could open that up and ask the question, but it just doesn't matter. I'm off that roller coaster. Oh, hey, I had a random idea. You know, well-known YouTubers do meet and greets at like Sephora or Ulta or, you know, big things. And yeah, I'm not there. But I go for a hike 3 times a week. You've seen me post them a few times, and I thought, you know what? If you're in the LA area, I know some people are, I know a lot of people aren't, but if you're in the LA area, September 17th at noon, I'm going to do a meet and greet. We're going to meet in the parking lot at Fryman Canyon, and I will drop the link to that in the description box. We'll just meet there at noon on Saturday, September 17th. I want to do a meet and greet and go for a hike. It's a little steep right at the beginning, but it's just a slow meandering trail. I'm not going to take you on the hardcore vertical path that I do by myself. We'll just go for a walk and have a good time, and we'll see who shows up, and maybe it'll be nobody, and it'll just be me, in which case I'll still shoot a video. If there's other people along, maybe we'll shoot a video to show other people the fun we had. But it just kind of sounded nice to me. I do most of my hikes alone. I'm not as lonely as people think on the hikes. I turn the camera off when other people come by because I'm respectful of them not necessarily wanting to be filmed. So I don't film them if I can possibly help it. So it does make my trails look very deserted. They're really not that deserted. This is right in the Hollywood Hills. Yeah, if I were on some of the really lonely paths at dusk, there might be concern about coyotes, maybe a mountain lion, but not really in, I mean, it's all surrounded by homes. There's just like this little tiny area, and there's homes all around it. It's very, very populated. So it's not quite as lonely, but thank you. Many, many people have expressed their concern, and I am very touched by that. But I do think that I should start carrying pepper spray when I go on my hikes. So few people mention that, and I do think you're right. I agree, and I will start doing that. Lynn Blair told me Bare Minerals is discontinuing the blemish therapy. Wah! I'm very bummed about that. Thank you for telling me. It's 30% off. Put labor in the code. Well, this was a couple days ago, so I don't know if it still is. Stock up if you can afford it. Well, that's not happening this month, but for other people, I do highly recommend the Bare Minerals Blemish Therapy. If you get the occasional pimple, it really helps them heal up and go away quicker. In lieu of that, I use my Bye Bye Blemish or my Mario Badescu, but I forget. It's been a while since I bought that brand, but it's better than the Bye Bye Blemish. Thank you, sequel. So those are great. They're sulfur-based. They're kind of pink. You dip your Q-tip into it, you put it on the pimple, and it really does shrink it the next day. Those are my great pimple go-tos, especially for mature skin, because they don't thrash your skin as much as benzoyl peroxide does. Both salicylic acid and benzoyl peroxide totally flip my skin out. So, Bare Minerals Blemish Therapy. Oh, I'm sad. But thank you, Lynn. That was great. That's good to know. Hey, even if I don't get to the comments, please keep leaving them. Please keep leaving suggestions and tips because they're there for everybody. You know, I might not be able to run out and take advantage of it, but I have one heck of a shopping list, let me tell you. And I think it's great information for everybody else. This is a wonderful resource for everyone. What kind of haircut do I have now? I don't know that we can really call it much of a haircut that I have now. It is the same haircut that I got at the end of March, and I desperately need a trim. And I will get in and get a trim soon. I'm a little hesitant because I know the cut they're going to give me. I've gone through the grow out phase many times, and what they're going to do is absolutely necessary. I'm not arguing with it. They're going to cut the back even shorter so that this is shorter, making this appear longer, and even this up and texture this into a very, they like to do it into a very tight bob that's right to here, and I hate that haircut on me. So that's why I've been resistant on getting a haircut, because I know the haircut that they're gonna give me and I don't like it. My skin is having a flip out. I don't know why, but I need a lot of vitamin C. Everybody's body's different. Listen to your body. I need a lot of produce in my diet, and because I don't have a car, going to the grocery store is sort of a pain in the butt. So I get lazy with it. You know, I'll go down to the corner market, I'll grab, you know, a couple cans of cat food, I'll grab a couple oranges, but for doing the whole grocery store and a real stock up, it's a half-mile walk, and then I've got to get the Uber back, and then carrying the bags from the street to the apartment and going up the stairs. You know, it's not like I can make multiple trips. They want me to get everything out all at once. So it's kind of a pain in the butt. And I'm lazy. So I was lazy one day, which rolled into 2 days, which rolled into 3 days, which turned into a week. And then a week goes by and I'm not doing my green smoothies. And I know I told you this a couple of days ago. And it's really weird how the skin flips out. I hadn't seen my skin do this in a long time. The way I could tell that I had a vitamin C deficiency was I first felt little bumps on my arms, little hard bumps. And then the creases right here at my elbow, they just seemed to stay there. There was a line that stayed there. And now my skin on my whole body, I am peeling like a snake. I'm sloughing the whole thing. Am I dry brushing? None of it makes a difference. It is from the inside, not from the outside. So while I can treat the outside, I can do my dry brushing, I can put on my moisturizer, but it's gonna take a couple of weeks of slamming my body with vitamin C before it goes away. And it is annoying as you know what. I do love the abbreviation AF. It's annoying AF. So yeah, what kind of haircut do I have now? I have the same haircut that I had back in March and April when I said, hey, I got a really great cut. I need to call Sarah and I need to go back in and get a really great cut. I'm just really resistant to, because you know, when you're growing out your hair, it's like, I don't want to give up my curls back here, and I know I'm going to give those up. And I know it's going to be worth it, but I don't want to do it. Maybe you're not ready to date yet. Yeah, I'm not ready to date yet. I had a nice date with somebody who lives in another state. And that was good. I mean, it was good for me to have a nice date, and I think I had a nice date because it was completely safe and I didn't have to worry about investing too much emotionally. It's baby steps, you know? You get there. Meantime, I got my boys, I got my kitty cats. Your captions kill me in a good way. Thank you. You know, it's one of those, because I don't script these things and I don't usually go for multiple takes unless I mess up really bad. Sometimes things come out of my mouth and it's like you hear the words come out of your mouth and you're like, no, wait, come back, go back in there. That's not what I wanted to say. But you can't do that. It's like when I'm on set and I'm reading, you know, I'm doing a scene in a movie, and sometimes you just open your mouth and the wrong words come out. Cut. And the director tells you, you need to say blah, 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 instead of blah, blah. Yes, I know that, but the words were out of my mouth and I couldn't capture that air bubble and shove it back in. We have to do it over. So that's what I do. You know, sometimes I realize that what I meant may not have conveyed fully, or I just said the wrong word, or my pronunciation was terribly unclear. So I like to correct myself in my captions. This hair was styled in the Juicy Watermelon for a classic, Juicy Watermelon for mature face with classic hair. That's the best I could do to describe this classic hair because it looks like it stepped out of 1956. I actually say that to makeup artists and hairstylists when I'm on set and they start to style my hair. I'm like, don't act like it's current. If you try to do a current hairdo on my hair, we're all gonna hate it. It's gonna be weird, it's gonna be see-through, it's gonna be flat. If you act like you're doing a period piece and you're styling somebody's hair from the 50s, we'll all be very happy. It's like the easiest way to convey how to style my hair to a stranger who's never met me. Styling my new haircut, textured pixie growing out to a bob from April 6th. So that's what the video was that shows my haircut when it was fresh. So that was the last time I had it cut, and I'll drop a link for it down there for you. Do I have a hair or something on the tip of my nose? God, that's just annoying. It's annoying AF. I honestly don't even usually drink wine out of a wine glass. That's just me being fancy for a video. I usually drink it out of my regular glasses. Because, what, I'm gonna impress the cats? But I thought I'd get fancy for you. You know, I do hear a lot that people like my videos because they feel like it's getting ready with a girlfriend. And that is the best compliment in the world you could give me. And I feel like that when I'm making the videos. I feel like I'm getting ready with my girlfriends. It's like we're just hanging out, getting ready. So, yay, thank you. Oh, haven't seen them here, but my ongoing quest to get pewter eyebrows. A lot of people have suggested black. If you've seen the videos where I dye my eyebrows and you see before I wipe them off and they're really, really dark, they're still not black. And you can see how horrible that is on my skin and my hair. So I am afraid to add black because if I end up with black eyebrows and they are black for a month, that is going to severely impact my ability to earn a living. So I'm very, very hesitant about adding even one drop of black. It may be that that's the right thing, but I'll tell you, it'll be a year of experimenting before I ever put black in because I can't do that to my livelihood. Just backing out of that would just be so harsh, so extreme. So I will try a lot of things before I put black in my eyebrows. And it may be that that's the way we need to go. I get that. But I'm a scaredy cat. You know who's a scaredy cat? Sequel. He runs out of the room every time I sneeze. And I sneeze 10 times in a row. You'd think he'd be used to it by now. Yeah, don't have a microphone anymore. That was on loan from a friend, and it was helpful, but it was not terrific. Like, for instance, right now, I could not use that microphone because it only had a 3-foot cord, and the camera is more than 3 feet away from me. A lot of times I'd use it and I'd have it clipped on and I'd do something and the camera would turn and start shooting a wall. Going on back to the eyebrows. Super pleased with the eyebrows this time, where I did 75% of the silver and just a few drops of the light ash brown. Still a little brown, but better, and has been totally livable, and I haven't had to do much with them. Like right now I have on the NYX Micro Brow and Taupe, and then just a teensy bit of that gray eyeshadow that I've used in the last couple of videos. Morigana, I love you. You're awesome. All of you. You're so... I'm going to have an awesome girls' weekend in a couple weeks. A friend of mine has a house up in Big Bear, and she invited me to join her and some of her friends, I don't know them, to have a girls' weekend up in Big Bear. And these women are highly athletic. I'm not going to be able to keep pace with them. These are women who do triathlons and serious mountain climbing. But it'll be really fun to just have a nice casual weekend in the mountains with a bunch of women, and women who are active and want to get out and do stuff. And I'll push myself to keep up with them and not be too embarrassed when I wimp out and just say, yeah, I'm good. I'm gonna I'll keep an eye on the fire and make sure this bottle of wine gets emptied. And I'm sure I will have my phone, and I will probably create some sort of video with all of that, because I think that's something that everyone will enjoy experiencing. Yeah, when I first started doing these YouTube videos, I was very intimidated about doing makeup because I'm not a makeup artist, and I know my makeup skills. I mean, I can fake it, but I see what these makeup artists do. I've worked with enough makeup artists. I look at these great videos on YouTube, and I just don't have those skills. But I can share my own experience, and it's sort of evolved into more than just makeup, more than just hair. It's women as a whole. It's the whole woman. So that's kind of, I never planned on it. Things take on a life of their own, but I kind of, you know, when I sum up my YouTube channel, it's sort of like it's about being a woman. It's about a woman's experience, being 50 years old. We look at things a little different than 20-year-olds do. We look at things different from how we did in our 30s, and we're gonna look at them different in our 70s. We look at them different all the way through, and this is just the period I'm at in my life. Free Range Diva, happy birthday. You're a beautiful woman inside and out. Oh yeah, some of the auditions that I go on, it's weird. Hollywood is run by youngsters. When I was at the Adam Ruins Everything party, wow, I'll tell you, they were young there. Everyone at that party was just so young and superior. There's very much that attitude in Los Angeles. You know, I'm fighting to show that women in our age group are vital and alive. Hollywood is not ready to accept that. They really, really, really want to say, you have gray hair, you need to be with this 75-year-old man. So I go to commercial auditions where the husband that I am paired up with is the same age as my father, because I have silver hair. I'm working to make a change, but change does not happen overnight. But I'm just gonna keep at it and keep at it until eventually I'm in the category and there's some other youngster who's getting paired up. Wouldn't it be nice if I were like the old lady someday and getting paired up with hot young silver-haired men? No, that's never gonna happen, not in this town. Nice fantasy though. Yes, tweak your hair, tweak your gray color. Just because it grows in one shade of gray does not mean you can't tweak it a little bit. And I'm not talking about getting your hair completely 100% colored, but if your whole head is white and you just feel like it's washing you out a little bit, talk to your hairdresser about having lowlights put in a slightly deeper shade of gray. There are a lot of silver and gray colors on the market now that have never been available until the last couple of years. And hairdressers are just now being educated on how to make hair silver. So talk to your hairdresser. If your hair is too white, you can get many different shades of silver and pewter woven in to give it a little more depth so you don't feel washed out. If your hair is too dull a gray, you can probably have highlights put in and have them tone silver to brighten it up. There's a lot of opportunities now. Talk to your hairdresser. It may be that you have to look for a new hairdresser, somebody who is a little younger, a little edgier. If you've been with the same hairdresser for 35 years, they may be resistant to change. You may have to go to a shop where they do like really crazy punk rock stuff. Punk rock isn't even like the appropriate term anymore. But if they do like rainbow hair colors, go there. Those people know how to make your hair a nice silver tone. So if you see somebody who has bright pink and purple hair and you don't like your hairdresser, ask them who their hairdresser is, because the same people who are doing the pink and purple hair know how to make your hair really, really pretty shades of silver and pewter and titanium and platinum, and how many other awesome words can we come up with for gray without saying 50 shades? So many compliments. You guys are so sweet, so awesome. It's thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. And I want you to know that if I'm not able to directly answer your comment on YouTube, it's not because I don't want to. And please know that I read everything. Sometimes if I post a video, usually what happens is I work all day on editing the video. It takes a while to render it, and then it takes a while to upload it onto YouTube, and then I got some back-end stuff I gotta do on YouTube. So by the time I get the video on YouTube, I've been staring at this stupid laptop for 8 hours, and a lot of times that's 8 hours of me in this position, and after 8 hours in that position, what I want to do is just close it up, walk out, go outside of the apartment, take a hike, move my body, get some food. So sometimes you'll be like, oh, I'm the first person to make a comment, but they're stacked up. Now I hold the comments for a couple of reasons. The first reason I started holding the comments in the first place was my history in film, and there's a lot of pervy guys. I get like on Twitter and Facebook. I'm not as active on there. If you followed me on Twitter or Facebook, you may see that my comments there are a little bit different than what I have here. It's like here it's all female, and there it's all male. And I'll tell you, on Twitter, not so much on Facebook, Twitter and Instagram, I get dick pics on the daily. I don't know why guys do that. It's creepy. It's gross. Oh, the scariest thing, or the creepiest thing, is when a guy sends me a direct message and he says hi, I know he's going to be trouble. The jerks, the creepy ones, they always start out hi. So they say hi, I respond hi. They respond back hi. Really? That's what you're going with? That's your opening? You're just gonna repeat hi, hi, hi? then I usually say, how are you? Or how's your day going? Or sometimes I just give them a fourth hi. Hello, baby. I know, run. They're like, what are you doing? Don't touch me. I'm a wild feral kitty. Sorry, I digress. I'm gonna put that on my headstone, but I digress. So yeah, I get the hi, and then they'll send me a dick pic, and or they'll say, hey, they'll say something obscene to me, and I'll respond with, that's really not appropriate. Would you speak to your mother or your sister that way? And then they'll immediately say, oh, you're a bitch, and you're not relevant, and blah, 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 blah. They just go off. So when I see a guy type hi, I know that he's going to be trouble. It's very weird. But yeah, that's the main reason that I hold comments, is for those people. I do have certain words that are automatically blocked. Those people can't make comments. And it assures that I actually read them all, because I found it very confusing when I first started YouTube. I got really confused, and I would lose comments and I didn't know where they were. I'm like, wait a minute, I saw that and I can't find it now and I want to respond. And so I keep them all together before publishing them so that I can manage to read them all. So when you see it on YouTube, you know I have read that comment. It doesn't get published if I haven't read it. So I love doing that because it guarantees that nothing is falling through the cracks. That being said, sometimes when people make a comment on my older videos, it falls through the cracks. It goes right up and bypasses being held, and then I don't see it, and then I feel bad for not responding. I always feel bad for not responding. I really like to respond. I really try to respond, and guilt. How many times am I going to say that? Okay, moving on. I'm going to stop being guilty. You know I love you. Even if I don't get to acknowledge each and every single comment, I read them. They mean a lot to me, and if I were sitting in front of the computer more, I would answer all of them, but I'm one person. I know Beyonce has 24 hours in a day and she manages to get a lot done. How come I can't get as much stuff done? Because I ain't Beyonce. Clearly. There ain't nothing Beyonce about me. God, she's gorgeous. She's so talented, so gorgeous. She has such an amazing voice. What an incredible woman. The pressure she must be under, the pressure she must put herself through. She walks alone, nobody understands the pressure and what she goes through in her life other than her. There's nobody else can. Nobody else is in that stratosphere. How long have I been shooting? Okay, this is gonna be bad as I look at this. Okay, I've been rambling for 55 minutes. Dollar Tree glasses. Okay, let's take one more comment and then I'll wrap it up. Quilting girl, 75 years old, I still wear makeup, I have white gray hair. Should I go a lot softer with eye color, or can I wear like you did in this video? I don't want to look like a streetwalker. The only time you should look like a streetwalker is when you go to get your driver's license picture. Seriously. If you look like a hoe when you are in line at the Department of Motor Vehicles, you will get a good driver's license photo. I discovered that by accident years ago. You have to wear appalling makeup to get a good driver's license photo. So that's my tip. Not that anyone asked for it. Should I go a lot softer with eye color, or can I wear like you did in this video? I thought my makeup was fairly soft in that video. We're all unique. We're all individuals. Everybody is different. I would love to be able to see everyone, and I have plenty of opinions, as you've probably noticed. I am not short of opinions. That doesn't mean I'm right, but I certainly have a point of view. You should experiment. You should play. There are no absolutes in anything. Try a harsher eye one day. Try a smoky eye. At 75, a smoky eye might be a little tough. I'd love to do a makeover on my mom. I'm gonna see my mom in a couple weeks. The same week I am going up to, as I'm scratching my skin off, I'm sorry. That's terrible. I'm gonna see my mom in a couple weeks. My aunt and uncle are visiting my parents. My parents live in Arizona. My aunt and uncle, my mom's brother and his wife, they live in New Jersey. They are coming to Arizona to visit my parents for a couple weeks. The group of them are driving to California to go stay with my aunt, my dad's sister, up in Santa Maria. And then they're gonna continue on to Clovis to visit my aunts, my mom's sisters. And I'm gonna go up. I'd love to be able to go see the Clovis, but I can't leave the babies for that long. But I'm gonna go up to Santa Maria for a couple of days. I'm gonna take the train up and visit with my mom and dad and my aunts and uncles. And I will probably shoot some video while I am there. I probably won't be able to upload anything while I am there because it's way in the boondocks and there is no internet. So I will be completely without internet for a few days. I don't know if I'll have internet when I'm in Big Bear. So I may go 5 days without internet. That'll be frightening, but I can still, yeah, who knows? We'll have to see how that goes. It may be that I suddenly upload like 5 videos in one day and overwhelm everyone. Oh, those are good problems to have, aren't they? 10,000. I hit 10,000 subscribers. That's pretty awesome. Today, it was 1 year ago that I moved back to Los Angeles to resume my acting career. So, happy anniversary to me, and life-changing event. I haven't made a lot of great strides in the acting career in the last year, but I have made great strides in personal development. I am so much happier. I am so much less stressed. I started making these YouTube videos. I fell in love with making YouTube videos. I love being able to have this relationship, even though it's virtual, and I know that's kind of weird, but it's real. It's not real, but it's real simultaneously. It's very strange, but I really love it. I have genuine affection for you guys. I feel like you have genuine affection for me. You have blown me away with your generosity and kindness, and so thank you. I hope you have a terrific day. I will have a terrific evening. I'm going to finish this glass of wine, and there's still a little bit of light out. I may go take myself for a nice little walk. Maybe not a full-on hike, but I'll see if I can get a couple miles in. And love you bunches. Subscribe to my videos if you haven't already. Give me a thumbs up. The one person who always gives me a thumb down, make sure you get right on that, because, you know, I know that means something to you. I know a few people more will give me thumbs down, and you know what? That's life. If you want to check out the tip jar Patreon campaign, I'll put that there, and if you don't, that's fine too. I love you. Have a great day.